Hey guys, Jonathan here from the Blue Wizard Project, just coming at you with the next part of my playthrough of Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance. Getting on towards the end here. You can see I already got the move that lets me super jump here. Gonna try to get on through the rest of the castle. I think this is the second to last video, not counting the video where I go through and get the best ending for you guys. So, let's get on with it. Just a quick disclaimer, I don't know if you guys can hear, you can see I have a fan back here. I don't know if it's going to disrupt the audio at all. I apologize if it does. Our air conditioner is broken, and it has been hot as balls in Korea lately. I think yesterday it hit over 100 for the feels like temperature. Just humid, disgusting, and our air conditioner is broken like 2 or 3 times at this point. So if you hear a little in the background, I apologize for that, but I'm not gonna die. So this guy's name is Hammer, which seems unnecessary. There we go. Not too hard. Got a key here, skull key. Alright, gonna skip ahead here a little. You can see there briefly on the map where I'm at, Castle B. Gonna try to head into some of these areas that I haven't explored yet. Unlock a bit more of the map. Not sure why I didn't take the elevator here. Alright, so I can do this jump now. At some point. Okay, there it goes. I like that there's like a little like crash marks there, like something went through there. Like Ian's mentioned this in a couple of his videos, actually in like the last Symphony of the Night video I just watched of his that was up. He mentions like, oh, I like these little touches that Castlevania does, where it's like just little stuff that, like rooms that don't necessarily matter, or like craters in the walls that let you see like, oh, this is a castle that's like lived in, like you're not the first person in here. Alright. I hate the flea men. They're not hard, they're just annoying. Alright. So this is where we got those items and stuff before. And where we got the Eye of Vlad, I want to say it was. Maybe it was the Ring of Vlad. Okay, so there's a kind of helmet here. See, this is what I'm talking about, like, so annoying. God. Alright, let's see what this was. I think it's like a faking helmet. There it is. Alright, better than what I had, so that's good. Keep exploring some of the rest of this western side of the castle. Making my way through it. This is the part of the game that I'm like, it's still good, like it's still a good game, but it's annoying that the rooms are almost identical, right? Like some of the enemies change, occasionally some of the other stuff changes, but by this point it's starting to feel like a bit of a slog. Like it doesn't really make sense for me to be going through it. And maybe if I knew where I was going or knew what I was doing and could just like rush through it, it'd be better, but who knows. At this point in the game, I don't even care about getting hit largely because enemies only do like 1 damage. Alright, so we got that high potion, again, that I will probably never use. Kill some more flea men. I will say this, so again, the time frame on these is a little bit messed up, but you guys should be watching this a little bit after Ian posted his, like, a couple parts of his Symphony of the Night video. I just finished watching, I don't remember what number it was, but it was the one where him and Nate were talking about Final Fantasy IX and how Nate didn't like the game and Ian did. Okay, I got the Twilight Cloak here. Makes you sparkle in the sun, I'm assuming, because that's what all real vampire Twilights do. Ian didn't mention Beatrix, and I messaged him and was like, shame on you, for like, when he was talking about great female characters in that game. I will say that I agree with Nate a little bit and disagree with him a little bit. So he did say like the story in that game is not fantastic, and he said that if he goes back, he thinks he might have a better appreciation for it. I'm actually playing through it on my phone right now. Like they re-released Final Fantasy 9, 7, 8, 9 on Android and iOS. I still like it. It's still a good game. There's very little combat in parts of the game. Like I forgot how, especially on what I believe is the second disc era of the game, you're doing a lot of linear, just like you go here, you go here, you go here. Now you're playing these characters. You go here, you go here, you go here. And you don't really get a chance to like level up your guys, and you certainly don't get a chance to level them up evenly, which can cause some problems. And personally, I'm not too opposed to that. There are a few things in the storyline that I just don't feel like were written particularly well or executed particularly well. Then there are some awesome set pieces. So I don't know. I think it's just up to your taste. I personally like the game. Like there's the pieces where like they summon Bahamut for the first time. That part's really awesome. The whole like Alexander showing up thing was kind of cool, but like ultimately didn't really. Maybe I'm misremembering it because it's been a couple. I'm not playing it consistently on my phone, but like maybe I'm misremembering it. But I felt like the Alexander part didn't have too much bearing on the story, besides like summoning the like last chapter boss that they get introduced. Which I don't know why Final Fantasy was such a fan of that back in the day. Like we spent all this time investing in a character for you to hate and blah blah, and then we're just gonna have someone show up like, no, I was behind it all along. Like who's like, oh, that's what a great twist. I don't know. I still think Final Fantasy 9 is a great game. I don't think it has aged quite as well as, say, Final Fantasy 6 or Chrono Trigger. I will say the thing that I do love about Final Fantasy 9, though, is the world building. Like, I love the setting of it. I love that they took it back to its fantasy settings. I do like the music, especially in that game, is great. I feel like the characters were pretty cool in it, except for Aramant. Aramant? Is that how you say his name? Amaranth? I don't remember what it is. Because I never fucking play him, because he's stupid. Number one, it's stupid that you get him at the end of Disc 2 or beginning of Disc 3 or something like that, and he's level 1? That's really stupid. I just didn't like his character design. He feels kind of like his special move is throwing, which in almost every Final Fantasy game I never use. Granted, maybe it's great and it's like items and I just never use something great, but yeah, I didn't care for him, but all the rest of them I thought were pretty cool. The game itself is still pretty cool. Maybe if I was going in with like fresh eyes, because like I kind of already know where the story goes and where it ends and stuff like that, it would be a little bit different. You can see a little skip there in the video. That's just because like I was digging through my inventory for a bit and didn't want to have you guys sit through it. So. At any rate, I still like it. I still think my ratings for games are Final Fantasy 6 for the Final Fantasy series. Final Fantasy 6, undisputed champion for me. That game, it will be very hard for, aside from Chrono Trigger, I don't know that Square ever made another RPG of that caliber in my opinion, at least not in the Final Fantasy series. I've not played some games like Vagrant Story, which I heard is really good, and I've never finished any of the Xeno series, so now I'm carrying curtains around. It'd be cool if he wore like a cape, but it didn't happen. Final Fantasy 6 is top. Maybe Final Fantasy 4, the remake on 3DS, which I think is one of the few times that like a remake is superior to the original one. They fixed up the translation, fixed up some of the balancing stuff. Yeah. Then I would say probably 9, then 7, 5, 10, maybe 12 then. Here's the thing with 12 is I can appreciate that it's a good game. I don't care for the battle system. It feels like similar to what's that game called? Dot Hack, where it's like, this is a cool world that you've built and I like the openness of it, but it feels like an MMO without the online stuff, and I don't even like MMOs, so Again, skipping ahead to different parts of the castle just so you guys don't have to see me backtracking through stuff. I appreciate 12. I liked all of the characters except for, was it Vaughn and Canelo, or that their names? I don't even know. I never beat it. Towards the end of the game, it got really grindy, and I was just like, I don't like this game enough to grind through it. I don't remember what other games had come out at the time when I didn't play Final Fantasy 12 when it first came out. I don't remember what other games came out at the time, but something else pulled me away. After 12, maybe 3, which I also have never finished. 1, and then 8. I hate Final Fantasy 8. I don't necessarily hate the story, but just the draw system. And 2 is the absolute last, obviously. 2 is a fucking train wreck. Final Fantasy 8, I like the... Did I like anything in that game? I didn't like the characters. I didn't particularly care for the music. The battle system got very tedious. Like, oh, if I summon, I have to do the tapping, the button thing, so like I can't just skip the animations. Constantly doing the like timing for the gun blade got tedious. Didn't particularly care for a lot of the character design in it. Didn't care for the world. Didn't care for the like teenage angstiness of it. And really hated the draw system. It was terrible. And I didn't like that levels didn't matter. That levels were completely useless because enemies, aside from like, I think there was like one, like oil boils, I think they were called, or something like that, were the only ones in the game that had an independent level. So, I don't know. Anyway, tangent, just my thoughts, because I literally watched Ian's video right before I started playing this, but yeah. Final Fantasy 11 and 14 I don't really count because they're, you know, MMOs, not really. Again, don't like MMOs. I've heard 14 is good. Played 11 a little bit, didn't care for it, but partially because of the fact that it de-levels you, partially because I just don't care for any MMO at all. So, and then 15 I've only played the very beginning of, and I played like the first hour or so of it. It seemed alright. A little bit slow for my liking, but again, it's the first hour, so who knows, maybe it picks up. I've heard very good things about it, but I borrowed it from my friend like a day and a half before I got my Switch, so Zelda kind of stole the time that I had allotted for that game. So, speaking of which, I just finished Zelda last night. As I'm just like running through the castle doing random shit, don't really need to comment on the game, guys, so sorry. Okay, here's the eye, so it must have been the ring that I got before. Here's Vlad's eye. Eye of Vlad. I forget what this one does. All of the Vlad things give you something, like... Okay, negates curses, which again, not a big deal, because curses are useless in this game. And skipping ahead a little bit, so you guys can see I'm over here. Yeah, Legend of Zelda was great. I still think Horizon Zero Dawn is a better game overall. Horizon kept me hooked from beginning to end, and the battle system is worlds ahead of Legend of Zelda. Everything about Horizon Zero Dawn was fantastic. If you own a PlayStation 4, that's a game you have to have. Legend of Zelda was really, really cool, though. Platinum tip, that's just another end to the whip here. I'm pretty sure that one's better than what I have. Legend of Zelda was really cool. One of the things that I really liked about it was just like it's a lot of exploring, it's a lot of surprises. Like you're always finding some little thing, some little puzzle tucked away. Even like when I was well into the game, like I was telling my friends the other day, like 4/5 into the game, I was talking to my buddy and he's like, "Oh, I did such and such thing." I was like, "You can do that?" Like it's just full of little surprises like that, which is great. The combat is not spectacular in Legend of Zelda. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's just very samey to like Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, which is a good system. But going from Horizon to that, I think if I had played them in the opposite order, it would have bothered me a little bit less. Some of the boss fights were really easy as well. There's mainly only like 5 major boss fights. Including Ganon, and the fight with Ganon was not particularly excuse me, not particularly challenging. And of the other 4 boss fights, only one of them did I feel like, oh, this is a little difficult. They were cool, don't get me wrong, all the fights were cool. The boss fight with Ganon, while not being challenging, was definitely atmospheric, and I enjoyed it. But I feel like that brought Zelda down a little bit. So a lot of people were giving Zelda like 10s out of 10. I would say 9 for sure. I don't know if I would go as far as 10. The combat was just a little bit less than what I would have liked. If they had polished up the combat just a little bit more, I think Zelda definitely would have been a 10 out of 10. Horizon, personally, for me, was a 10 out of 10. I loved every minute of that game. But yeah, just my take on literally every other game except for this one, because right now it's just walking to the castle. Honestly, I probably could have cut this video out, but it's too late now, because I have about 2 minutes until the recording's done. So you guys are just going to have to deal with it. Sorry. Yeah, so after this one, after these videos are done, you can see I'm getting towards the end of the castle here. After these videos are done, the next up on my list is Mega Man X, which was awesome. Loved it. Had a great time playing it. After Mega Man X, I went through Mega Man X2. Didn't love it as much. There's some faults that I have with that game that I'm sure I talk about in those videos, but it was a little bit too much of like, if you don't already know this thing is here, then you're not going to be able to get it, which I don't particularly care for in games. I prefer, some people do, maybe if that's your cup of tea, maybe you'd like Mega Man X2. The fights were fine, the game looked good. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't my favorite Mega Man X game. And then I'm midway through 3 as the time of this recording. Actually, as soon as I finish these videos, I will go on to finish playing through Mega Man X3 and hopefully X4, which is a great game. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this video. Like I said, next one's the finale, and then there's a bonus content episode that I'll post at some point with me getting the best ending to the game. I think I've mentioned several times in these videos, I only got the okay ending in this game in my first playthrough. So we'll have that to look forward to. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for following along. Please remember to like and subscribe. Maybe in the comments, let me know what's your ranking for Final Fantasy games. Have you played all of them? Did you like all of them? What did you think of them? What's your opinions on Final Fantasy IX? And yeah, you can leave that here or on Ian's video, I guess, because he talks about it too. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for following along. Please remember to like and subscribe. I think I already said that. Please remember to follow us on Facebook. You can check out everything that we're doing on the Blue Wizard Projects page there. In the meantime, guys, please look forward to the next couple videos. Go through Ian's videos of Symphony of the Night. They're great. Our buddy Nate is helping with them. They're really good, so check them out. Anyway, guys, this has been Jonathan for the Blue Wizard Project. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.